Hey, what's going on, family? Hey, man, I just want to talk about how grateful I am for just being strong, man. There's been plenty of times last year where I wanted to self-sabotage myself because of the remote neural monitoring, the psyops that I've been going through, the gang stalking, the direct energy weapons, the distancing from family, friends, and even the infiltration of people trying to be near my energy. I just want to say I'm grateful to be strong, to be able to, persist and get through the things that were supposed to stop me, not even just slow me down, but it's supposed to stop me, right? Because last year, man, when I was on the road for about 5 to 6 months, car camping, sometimes at state parks or just anywhere I could find in a parking lot. Um, there was plenty of times where I wanted to give up. I'm like, man, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? There was a point where I'm like, you know what? If 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 these entities, they can feed off of my energy, especially with while eating, indulging in excess amounts of sugar. Just indulging in sugar or food that's not of this world. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I only live once. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I rather take care of my temple, and that's what they want. They want me to self sabotage, give up, because in my opinion, I believe that's what they did. So they gave up and they got with the program because they gave up hope. And during those times while being on the road, being away from home, I found home within myself and anywhere I was at. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to be just in my hometown state of Alabama to find home. I found home in various of locations, 14 different states. Um, I found peace within myself. So therefore I found peace everywhere I went, and it's tough because like I said, I wanted to self sabotage, but I believe in me. I believe in me and I don't believe in anything outside of me. You know what I'm saying? And I regardless of what is in front of me or ahead of me, because I can't see the future. I can only see right now, and that's how I live my life now. I live for right now because tomorrow's not promised, and yesterday happened, so there's no point in worrying about yesterday's things. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened yesterday, it's in the past, vanish. I don't live in the past like I used to. I don't live in the future like I used to. I live right now. I'm present. It's the realest anything can be. Is right now. So I just want to say, man, I'm grateful for believing in myself, even when all these things outside of me didn't believe in me. Because at one point in time, I yearned for external validation, but when I validated myself and gave myself grace and forgave myself, all of this stuff shit, all of this stuff didn't matter anymore. I didn't care about any of that stuff anymore. And when I found peace, I stopped caring about what others thought. You know what I'm saying? I stopped caring about anybody's opinion because the only opinion that matters is really mine because I'm my own judge and I determine what's right and what's wrong. Nothing outside of me can tell me this is right or this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because if I love it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? If I like it, I like it. That's what it is, and nobody else's opinion can deter me from what I like that's in me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for that, man, because you know at one point in time my soul was lost, and I was trying to find it within other people, other things, other places. You know what I'm saying? And I found who I am. I know who I am. I know whose I am. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that certain individuals, entities, whatever you want to call it, that not only scares them, it intimidates them, and because they can't find that within themselves, because we all can if we choose to. It's just, what are we choosing to focus on right now, right? And by any means, this road has not been easy at all. Like I say, I thought about self-sabotaging, because I'm like, man, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? It's very tough, very tough. I'm like, everybody just doing this thing, and like, why is this? Because I can't even imagine the people that's been going through the psyops, organized crimes, organized harassment for 10 plus years. Not even just 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a very long time. And I can't, like I said, I can't imagine that. And imagine the people that are aware of that, that don't say nothing about it, that just watch. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult life to live. And in order to find peace in that, you have to be one strong individual, right? So, like I say, I'm grateful that I've gotten to experience that, and going through that, and I grow every day. I learn more about myself every day. Not easy. Every day is a new day. Every day presents itself in new ways, with new challenges. But it's a choice to find the joy in all of the things that life brings, whether that situation is manipulated or not, like whether the environment is manipulated, right? Because like people around me, they just pulling up, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to gather my energy, and I could choose to focus on that if I want to, or not, right? Just like buddy right here beside me, he chose to park right over here to try to gather my energy. He's in two parking lots. It's obvious that he's an entity that needs my energy, right? Or wants my energy. And I could either let that bother me, because this has been going on before I became conscious of it, or just keep living my life. So, like I say, it's tough to keep living your life when you know it is going on, opposed to when you're oblivious to these things going on. You want it to, like, you want to not know about it when you find out, but it's just the way this reality is set up. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that people have to remote neural monitor others to for their benefit, and their gain, all that stuff, whatever. But it's to help us grow. You choose to look at it in a certain way, or it could, bring us down mentally. Like I said, it's all a choice though. But like I said, I'm grateful that I have grown and found and took back my powers within this maze, as you might want to call it.